So the Festival of Colors event, also known as the Holy Festival, is starting around the world in Pokemon Go. Today, as always, we're gonna run through all the event details and tips and tricks you do wanna be utilizing during this event, so let's get right into it. So the Holy Festival here is gonna be running from March 8th, 10 a.m. to March 14th, 8 p.m. all local time. Bonuses during the event will be 3-hour lure modules. However, do note the Golden Gimmighoul lure module will not last for 3 hours. It's been confirmed by Niantic. Friendship levels will also increase twice as fast during the event, and you can take snapshots during the event to get encounters with SMEARGLE, which can be shiny and is shiny unlocked for a limited time during this event. So yes, the return of shiny SMEARGLE. Now, no, when you're watching this video, I'm probably on a plane flying to Vancouver because I'm competing in the regionals. So I do not know how many snapshots you're gonna get every single day for SMEARGLE, but if it's anything like last event, it'll be 15 snapshots a day. So plenty of chance at the SMEARGLE because most likely it has a 1 in 64 shiny rate. Wild spawns during the event will be Paris, Krabby, Coughing, Natu, Wobbuffet, Shuckle, Wingull, all 3 forms of Burmy, Skunky, and Bruxish, with rare spawns for Lickitung and Galarian Zigzagoon. Yes, you heard it right, Bruxish being the new Pokemon during this event, and we'll talk about its meta relevance in a bit. 1-star raids during the event will be Esper, Rockruff, Mareanie, and Bruxish. 3-star raids will be Executor, Alolan Executor, Craganoll, and Druddigon. 5-star raids will be the return of Ho-Oh. And finally, Mega raids will be the new Mega Medicham. Again, we'll talk about the meta relevance of that Pokemon in a little bit. There'll also be exclusive avatar items which you can get on screen, and you can check those out, as well as Pokestops, giving you a colorful surprise when you walk by them. I'm guessing it's just gonna like shoot colors at you or something. Finally, there'll be research during the event. Now, again, I can't really tell you what the exact tasks are since I'm recording this video ahead of time, but a link below the Leak Deck website, which will break down all the tasks and encounters once they've been officially confirmed. However, these field research tasks can get you encounters with Alolan Grimer, all 4 forms of Castform, all 3 forms of Burmy, and finally all 4 forms of Oricorio. But again, they are still region locked, so if you are in, the Americas, you'll only get the Pom-Pom style, etc. Finally, a collection challenge during the event that will get you 20k XP and a lure module. With the event details out of the way, let's get right into the tips, starting with, as always, the best wild spawns to catch during this event. Starting with Paris. Now, Paris is one of those Pokemon that gets you boosted Stardust at 500 every time you catch it. So if you need Stardust during the event, make sure you focus in on those Parises. Hopefully they're very, very common. We also have Krabby in there. Krabby evolves into Kingler, which Kingler is not a bad water type raid attacker. We then have Natu in there. Natu is one of those Pokemon which can be a Ditto. So if you're still hunting Ditto, make sure you catch those Natus because it could potentially be a Ditto. We also have Wobbuffet in there, in which a purified Wobbuffet actually does have play in the Great League. So yes, you're gonna want to Shadow one, purify it, run in the Great League with the move Return, and the Wobbuffets in the wild, of course, is a great chance to grind the candies and XL candies. We also have Wingull in there. Wingull evolves into Pelipper, which is a staple meta Great League Pokemon, so make sure you go ahead and grab one there. We also have Trash Cloak Burmy, in which Trash Cloak Burmy evolves into Trash Cloak Wormadam, which does see some play in some Love Cup and some other limited metas. We have Stunky in there, which evolves into Stunk Tank, in which that Pokemon is great in the Great League and the Ultra League, especially in some limited metas. We have Lickitung in there, which Lickitung is an amazing Great League Pokemon. However, you do need an XL level 50, so a great chance to grind some XL candies. And finally, Galarian Zigzagoon in there, which evolves into Obstagoon, and Obstagoon is a staple Great League and Ultra League Pokemon. Now, of course, there's that new Pokemon Bruxish during this event, and people are probably wondering, is Bruxish actually any good? Now, as far as raids go, Bruxish is gonna have no play. It just doesn't really have the stats. As far as PvP goes, this thing might have some play. Let me put it this way. It can beat some Great League and some of the Ultra League meta and can work there. However, it does have a lot of losses. Being a water and psychic type Pokemon makes it weak to, of course, things like Lantern, things like Venusaur, etc. Where this Pokemon will really shine is gonna be in limited metas. Things like the Psychic Cup, it probably will do pretty well in since it does have Bite, and other sort of limited metas where the most of the meta is banned. So I definitely recommend getting yourself a Great League and an Ultra League one, because when those limited metas come around, Bruxish is gonna be time to shine. That moves us on into the raids. What are the best raids during the event? Starting with the 1-stars. And honestly, really can avoid the 1-stars. Nothing that important to get in there. I guess Mareanie evolves into Toxapex, which is a good Great League Pokemon, but that's about it. In the 3-star raids, similar things go. The only one I would probably do would be Druddigon, because Druddigon is not bad in the Love Cup and limited Great League metas. In the 5-star raids, we have the return of Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh, of course, is going to be a very, very strong Master League Pokemon. And then the Shadow form and the Apex Shadow form of Ho-Oh is actually a decent fire type raid attacker. So great to grind candies and XL candies, etc. for Ho through these 5-star raids if you need candies to power up your Shadow Hoes. Finally, brings us into Mega Medicham, and is this new Mega going to be any good in Pokemon Go? And the short answer, again, probably not. Unfortunately, Mega Medicham does not have a very high attack, defense, and stamina compared to other Mega forms, meaning it will not be as good of a raid attacker as other Megas, like, for example, for Psychic, you won't beat Mega Alakazam, and I even believe Mega Lopunny is a better fighting type Mega. However, if Mega Medicham is ever allowed in the Great League and the Ultra League, and we ever get some sort of Mega League for that league, then Mega Medicham could have play, so definitely worth getting a little bit of energy in case the Megas are allowed in the Great League and the Ultra world. Finally, I will say Mega Medicham does give Mega Boost for a good amount of types, fighting and psychic type, which there's a lot of meta relevant Pokemon that type, so definitely work on getting one to max level because there could be some events in the future where you're going to want to Mega Evolve a Medicham to get extra candies. Shiny Smeargle, the main focus of the event, probably what everyone cares about. I just want to give you guys a quick reminder. Put a reminder on your phone every single morning to take snapshots of Pokemon to get your Smeargle encounter. Now, I do want to quickly explain how Smeargle encounters work. Is you'll go into any Pokemon in your storage and you can go ahead and click the photo button. Now you can go ahead and take a photo, and most likely during the event, it'll be guaranteed every single time you get a Smeargle encounter. You can also take a snapshot of your buddy. That works too, either one. Then Smeargle will spawn on the map. You'll click on it. Obviously there's none here, so I can't click on it. Go ahead and catch it. If you quick catch it, it will stay on the map. So you do have to manually fully catch the Smeargle. Then you can do that again and repeat that step for however many times we're allowed to encounter a Smeargle. Most likely, again, if it's like the last event, you'll have 15 Smeargle checks a day, but I'll just update you guys in the pinned comments on how many Smeargle checks you get every day. Also, another bonus during the event is every time you interact, friendship levels will increase faster, which means every single 1 day of interaction is 2 days. So remember every single day to open gifts with trainers who you are not best friends with yet. Come into your friends, you'll go interactable, make sure that person is interactable, and not friend level 4, aka not best friends. All these people here, I want to open their gifts because these are people that I am still not best friends with and I'm working on becoming best friends with. Once you're close to that best friends, you can go ahead and use a lucky egg and get 200,000 XP off of that lucky egg for the best friend bonus if you line up a bunch of your friends. So just make sure you're interacting every single day. Now, I do want to quickly, of course, go through some candy tips during the event. Not that there's the most meta relevant Pokemon in the wild. Let's still talk about how to grind candy and XL candy easier during this event. Number 1, use pineapple berries. Regular pineapples will multiply your catch candy by 2 and silvers by 2.33. You can also Mega Evolve during the event. Mega Evolving a Pokemon, depending on what level that Mega is, will get you more candies for catching Pokemon that share a type with that Mega. Most likely during this event, I would probably Mega Evolve either a Fire or Flying type Mega for the Ho to get extra candies for Ho because those XLs are really nice for the Mega Master League. Or if you're more of a Great League person, you can go ahead and Mega Evolve a normal type to get extra candies for the Lickitung, which is spawning in the wild. Lickitung is a very hard Pokemon to get XL and for the Great League, so it's great to grind extra candies. You can also go ahead and trade during the event. Now, we have lost guaranteed XL candy from trades, but what you can do is if the distance between 2 Pokemon being traded is over 100 kilometers, you will get an XL candy when you trade away a Pokemon. So if you have a friend that recently went on a trip or has some Pokemon caught from a very far distance, catch Pokemon during the event, like things like Lickitung, things like really Lickitung is the only one, and go ahead and trade them over to your friend for Pokemon that are caught 100 kilometers away from where you caught that Lickitung. Finally, transferring Pokemon during 2 times transfer candy spotlight hours. Now, at the time you're watching this video, most likely Eevee spotlight hour, which is March 7th, 6 to 7 p.m. It might have passed for you, it might have not. So you can go ahead and transfer Pokemon during that spotlight hour, but obviously the event hasn't even started, so how is that even beneficial? What I'd recommend is save any Pokemon you want extra candy for during this event until next month's 2 times transfer candy spotlight hour in April. The only 2 times transfer opportunity this month is going to be the Eevee spotlight hour, which literally has already passed and is not even coinciding with the event. Finally, that brings us to the last tips, which are going to be the platinum medal tips. You need 35 platinum medals, go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which ones should you work on during this event? Number 1, cameraman medal, have 400 encounters and go snapshot. Obviously, the Smeargles are back. Do your snapshots every single day. You can really take a huge chunk out of this medal if we're getting 50 encounters every single day. We also have 3 lure modules. So the picnicker medal, use the lure module to help any trainer catch 2,500 Pokemon. Go to a busy area if you can when a lot of people are playing, probably the weekend, and drop lures. Most likely people will be catching Pokemon off those lures, helping you towards this medal. We also have the Rising Star medal to feed 150 species of Pokemon in raids. Take a look at the raid roster during this event. If there's any Pokemon you haven't raided, like for example, Bruxish, make sure you do at least 1 Bruxish raid to put a point towards this medal. Finally, I will shout out all the type medals here. If there's any Pokemon spawning in the wild that are coinciding with a type medal you haven't completed, for example, like you haven't completed the Dark medal, catch 2,500 Dark types, make sure you catch all those Skunkies and Galarian Zigzagoons during this event. And that's it, guys. That is the Holy Festival event, the Festival of Colors event. Let me know if you're excited for this event. Mainly for me, I'm just going to be raiding Ho and doing my Smeargle checks, but I hope you guys have an amazing time during this event. And also don't forget, this weekend is Regidraco Elite Raids on March 11th, so you're not going to want to go ahead and miss that. Counter guides will be dropping later this week. That's it though, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. Follow from tips, everybody. Peace.